Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is David with Dove's Treasure Store. Again, I was following up on my radio syndication about enhancing your fish tank aquariums and establishing a nice ecosystem in them with live aquatic vegetation. Alright, a little bit of unfortunate news. I took all the care last night while I was making the first fish broadcast last night to really break down my 3 small fish tanks nicely clean, and this morning when I was cleaning the most expensive one, the big 3.5 gallon one, I broke it. So I have all the original packaging, all the lids and stuff, and I cracked it in the back all the way down the middle. So now I can't sell that because all I got is the lid and the special lighting and the filtration system, which really sucks because it was a nice tank. But okay, so anyways, moving on. This is my new tank. My new tank here. Give us a zoom in on it. This is a 10 gallon tropical aquatic aquarium. I've only got one piece of live aquatic plant in it, and it's a very flourishing and nice aquatic plant though that I've been working on really growing well. It was just a little wee tiny thing, like yay big when I first got it. So as you can see, I put about 4 inches, which is was for me I think about 6 pounds of rock in this tank. I did blue and black rock, and you can still see this little blue line under here. That's the under gravel filtration system. And I brought in some aquarium pieces from both of the larger 2 small aquariums that I had. And anyways, I feel like it came out really good. Keeps sinking. And what I wanted to do, I have a new director. My little nephew is not here tonight, so I've got another person helping me direct, but I'm going to take over. Anyways, this is the 10 gallon aquarium. Now as you can see, let me tighten this up. As you can see, I put 2 thermometers in here. One here and one here. That's just to give me the most accurate temperature reading that I can get, since I don't have any outside thermometers like I showed you on my 20 gallon. So I get a temperature gauge reading of one way deeper down and one up, and then I've got a third floating thermometer like that I'm gonna put in the back, so that I've got the temperature gauging the water in the front and the water in the back, even though most of the time it's gonna be very similar. I just want to be accurate as possible. And look how pretty and clear that came out. Now the reason, I'm gonna zoom all the way out. See, the reason why the lighting is only in this area is, again, because I bought only one light bulb. I thought it would come with like some cheap lights until I could afford another nice grow light. But anyways, so right now that lid has only got 1 bulb in it, and I'm gonna have to put a second one in there. And when I put the second one in there, it'll really brighten it up. So basically what I wanted to show, I'm gonna have to go down, and I wanted to show you guys the underground filtration system, because a lot of people, it's so old school, people forget about it and they don't even look at it anymore. See behind the little house head, you have the green, you've got the green stone over there, the green air stone over there, that is creating bubbles up the tube, and then when the bubbles reach the top, it bubbles out through that black carbon filter right there. And I've got both of the tubes, even though that's darker. See how that one's producing better bubbles right there? I have both of the tubes spliced off of one air pump. That's why it's not like over here. That's why it's not producing such a steady stream of bubbles right there, because if I had, let's say, a more powerful air pump in the splice connection, that would be better. Like, because in the 20 gallon, I got my new fluorescent Flomax light bulb, the 18-inch light bulb, the T8, in my 20 gallon. So I was also going to show you what my 20 gallon looks like with its light in it, because remember last night I didn't have the light. So that's the 20-gallon with the fluorescent. Look how pretty that is with the fluorescent. That still looks a lot better than when I had the just this my lizard basking light on it, just to show you guys. But I mean, really, the camera from this far, I've got it really far out, is not really doing it justice. Let's see if I could get in a little bit closer. Yeah. See, when I get in as close as I can, it's gonna give you a little bit better spectacle. Okay. So, I just think, you know, the Flomax T8s do a lot better than the daytime fluorescents when it comes to growing plants, beyond a shadow of a doubt, without a question. But the daylight lamp is a lot brighter, so this is, again, like I said, on a different spectrum of light. So when I get the other light bulb in my 10-gallon, I'm going to show you that, because this side is dark, and that's why this side looks pretty. And I chose that background number 2, I think. You know, I didn't get any suggestions as fast as I loaded it, so I got my background stuck in the back of the tank, and now that I'm just gonna let it just today is its first day. And remember, I used about this much tap water, this much of the spring water, and then this much from the water from the old tanks, because that water was well established water. And so what I'm waiting to do is for the tank to really establish itself. Give it another 3 or 4 days, and then throughout this week and next week, I'm going to really fill it up with more vegetation or more aquatic plants than I have in here. And this time I'm gonna go away from the regular pet store aquatic plants. I found this place where I can get some really unique tropical plants, and so because most of all of these that you see are really plain Jane freshwater plants. So the next time I show you the aquatic vegetation in this 10-gallon, it's going to be tropical vegetation, because both of these tanks are now brackish water. Like I fixed this one, you know, because they're both tropical fish. Guppies and the tetras are both tropical fish. It's just one is semi-aggressive and one's really not that aggressive. And it seems like my guppies are so much happier being in a bigger tank now. Like, for example, like I got this little red male. He's not harassing the females like he was as much. Like, he's exploring around, and I guess, you know, they can go deep. They can go deeper. So, you know, I'm sure they feel a difference in the water pressure. And I'm gonna take my camera off my tripod. So hold on, it's gonna be a little bit shaky here. Bear with me. So let's get in there. I still haven't moved the other 3 guppies from my 1-gallon tank yet, but I put my beta in here. Remember, the only thing I'm gonna have for sale now on eBay, since I broke my 3.5-gallon acrylic aquarium, is the 1-gallon beta, the triangular beta tank that I showed you, and the 0.5-gallon one that I have with my other 3 guppies in it. But I might just keep that half-gallon, because I'm gonna put the baby female, that's my next generation baby female that, you know, I raised from day 1, and the male in here, and leave that pregnant female over there. But here's that dragon-tailed female beta down here at the bottom of the tank. And like I told you, guppies usually like stay at the top, because remember when I was showing you the mesh breeder and the plastic breeders, they usually have, for some reason, that's just how guppies are. Like on my 20-gallon, the neons and the tetras, they stay deeper. See, like when I had the guppies in here, they would always stay up here, and then the more aggressive fish stay down at the bottom. It's just interesting to note. So it did shock the crap out of my fish. I noticed that. I mean, not bad, because I was ready for, I know how to transition these fish, but look at that one. She's fat and pregnant, and she's about to bust, and she's like right on top of that filtration system right there. Like, it looks like she's in front of it, but really she's right on top of it. That's just the refraction of the glass and the water. But see how that bubble system is working? Let's pull it out a little bit. Well, that is creating, it's bubbling up those tubes and filtering through carbon, which that helps keep your water crystal clear, and then it's creating a circular motion here. And I know it because I put my finger in it, I felt it. And then there's a circular current coming down through the rocks. And as you can see, I got this little bit of blue strip right here. That's the undergravel filtration. And I've got a lot of rocks in this tank compared to my 20-gallon. Like, see, the rocks in my 20-gallon is a little bit less, like maybe a half an inch to a quarter inch to a half an inch less rock than in my 10-gallon, because I really want, I'm going to get some really expensive plants in here, and I'm going to want them to really get a good rooting system in the underground filtration. And see, I got to get a new air pump. If you start doing splicings like I did, like I've spliced all the air stones, three tubes, 3 air stones off of one 10-gallon air pump. It's not enough. So either I've got to go get a more powerful air pump or a second air pump, because it's not even getting air. See, I've got the tube going from here to that air pump, and it goes in the back, and I've got a 3 tree splice behind this 10-gallon that you can't see. So the air pump has enough power to pump air to these 2 air stones, but and I had to have it going down, and it used to in the old setup when I had the small tank set up, but now it's not even pumping enough air to get to this air stone. And my 20-gallon has got to have the air stone oxygenation. So anyways, I was gonna see, oh, my snail is active, so I wanted to get a view of his mouth for you if I could show you how disgusting they are. That's his head right there. Oh yeah, look. See if I can get a good zoom in on it. Look how he eats. That's why I think the thing is so weird.